Have you ever wondered why some people can stay healthy just by eating normally, while you, despite having full meals, still feel lacking in energy? Perhaps you've also questioned whether your daily diet is truly sufficient to nourish your body after the age of 60. If you often feel tired, your complexion seems pale, or your memory isn't as sharp as it once was, then today's video might offer the answers you've been searching for. And please stay tuned until the very end, because what I'm about to share may contain a surprising message just for you. It's not because you are weaker than others, nor is it because you haven't taken good enough care of yourself. Simply put, after the age of 60, each person's body gradually changes the way it absorbs and metabolizes nutrients. The digestive system no longer functions as briskly as it did in youth. The cells in your body also need an appropriate source of fuel to maintain youthfulness and health. For this reason, many people start turning to multivitamins as a way to supplement their nutritional intake. But with countless types of vitamins available on the market, the question arises, should seniors actually take them? Because if you take too little, you worry it may not be enough for your body. But if you take too much, you fear possible side effects or long-term health risks. Choosing the right type and using the proper amount, that is no simple matter for anyone, especially as we age. However, if understood correctly and used properly, multivitamins can become a quiet companion, helping your body stay healthier each day. In fact, certain types of vitamins can even help keep your mind sharp, your joints more flexible, and allow you to enjoy your senior years far more fully. If you're over 60 years old, please leave the number 1 in the comment section so I know who I'm sharing this journey with. And if you feel that what I've shared resonates with your concerns, don't forget to hit subscribe to continue joining me for these healing afternoon tea sessions on Senior Compass. 1. When the body begins to speak through silent deficiencies. Have you ever found yourself eating properly but still feeling constantly fatigued, forgetful, or suffering from persistent insomnia? These may be the early signals your body is quietly whispering. Inside, you may be lacking certain essential nutrients. After the age of 60, the aging process causes the digestive system to slow down. Digestive enzymes gradually decrease. The intestinal lining becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients, and the stomach produces less acid, all of which make it harder for the body to absorb vitamins and minerals from natural foods as effectively as before. Even if you continue to eat plenty of vegetables, meat, fish, and fruits every day, your body may still not be extracting enough to nourish each cell adequately. In particular, seniors are more prone to deficiencies in B vitamins, B1, B6, B12, vitamin D, calcium, iron, zinc, and others. These nutrients directly affect the nervous system, memory, bones, joints, and immune function. For example, a deficiency in vitamin B12 can cause numbness in the limbs, dizziness, and forgetfulness. Lacking vitamin D leads to fragile bones and a higher risk of falls. And insufficient iron may result in fatigue and mild shortness of breath. Many older adults mistakenly believe that these symptoms are simply natural signs of aging, and therefore overlook the need for supplementation. But in reality, if we adjust our diet early enough or take multivitamins properly, many of these symptoms can be significantly improved. Furthermore, for those with chronic illnesses such as diabetes, high blood pressure, or cardiovascular disease, conditions that are quite common among seniors, the need for certain vitamins and minerals increases even more due to the long-term side effects of medications. Fortunately, modern medicine has developed a wide range of multivitamins specifically designed for older adults, with appropriate and balanced dosages to quietly fill these nutritional gaps. And if you're wondering whether taking supplements is truly safe, let's move on together to the next important point. 2. Are multivitamins truly necessary for seniors? You've likely heard conflicting opinions. Some advise taking multivitamins, while others say, They're unnecessary if your diet is already sufficient. The truth is, every body, at every stage of life, has different nutritional needs and absorption capacities. By the age of 60 and beyond, the digestive system has significantly reduced its ability to absorb vitamins from natural food sources, especially for nutrients like vitamin D, dependent on sunlight exposure, vitamin B12, dependent on stomach acid, or calcium, dependent on age-related hormones. Not to mention dietary restrictions due to underlying health conditions, reduced intake of protein, vegetables, and dairy can unintentionally lead to nutrient deficiencies. Meanwhile, multivitamins are formulated for easier absorption, with medically recommended dosages to help replenish the deficits that daily meals may no longer fully provide. Additionally, multivitamins designed for seniors often reduce unnecessary or potentially excessive components, while increasing the nutrients most needed, such as vitamin D3 to support strong bones, vitamins B12 and B6 to support nerve function, memory, and reduce the risk of cognitive decline, calcium and zinc to prevent osteoporosis and immune system disorders, antioxidants such as vitamins C and E, and selenium to slow cellular aging. Of course, not everyone needs multivitamins. Those who have a complete, well-absorbed diet with few underlying conditions may not need supplementation immediately. But for the majority of seniors, those at high risk of deficiencies, with weakened immunity or existing chronic conditions, scientifically guided supplementation under a doctor's advice is a useful and safe solution. Taking the right amount in proper doses and at appropriate times, this is the golden key that allows multivitamins to become a true companion in preserving health during one's later years. And if you think multivitamins are simply a few small daily pills, then stay with me for the next section, where we'll explore the common mistakes many seniors unknowingly make. 3. Common mistakes seniors make when taking multivitamins. Did you know that many seniors take multivitamins daily but still do not achieve the benefits they expect? The problem often doesn't lie in the vitamin itself, but rather in silent mistakes, in how they are used. One of the most common errors is taking multivitamins without checking the ingredients. Many people choose products with as many active ingredients as possible, unaware that certain minerals, when consumed in high doses, can be dangerously excessive. For example, too much iron or vitamin A may cause liver damage, constipation, or even increase the risk of osteoporosis. The second mistake is taking vitamins without regular medical monitoring. Multivitamins cannot replace health checkups, blood tests, or comprehensive assessments. Simply following a friend's advice and taking them long-term may lead to silent nutritional imbalances. The third mistake is taking vitamins at the wrong time of day. Some vitamins, such as vitamin D and calcium, should be taken after breakfast or lunch for optimal absorption, whereas B vitamins should be taken in the morning to avoid sleep disturbances if taken later in the day. There are also seniors who self-combine multiple supplements, resulting in unintended interactions. For example, taking high doses of calcium together with iron, or combining omega-3 with blood thinners without proper medical guidance. And most importantly, never think of multivitamins as a miracle cure that can replace a healthy lifestyle. They are only a support. They cannot compensate if we neglect a balanced diet, gentle physical activity, sufficient sleep, and a daily optimistic spirit. So how do we choose the right multivitamin for our age? Join me in the next section, where the golden principles will be clearly revealed. 4. The golden principles for choosing multivitamins for people over 60. Have you ever stood in front of the pharmacy shelves, staring at dozens of different multivitamin boxes, not knowing which one is truly suitable for you? That feeling of confusion is very real, because seniors have very specific nutritional needs that not every multivitamin can meet appropriately. First and foremost, remember, the multivitamin with the most ingredients is not necessarily the best. Multivitamins for seniors should focus on replenishing nutrients that are easily deficient at this age, while keeping the dosages just right to avoid excess. The essential components that should be included in multivitamins for seniors are vitamin D3, 800-1000 IU day, helps enhance calcium absorption, supports strong bones, and reduces the risk of osteoporosis and falls. Vitamin B12, 500-1000 IU day, supports memory, the nervous system, and reduces the risk of megaloblastic anemia. Vitamins B6 and B1 stabilize the peripheral nervous system, reduce numbness and muscle cramps. Calcium, 500-600 mg day, divided into smaller doses, prevents osteoporosis but should not exceed recommended doses to avoid kidney stones. Zinc, selenium, magnesium boost immunity, provide antioxidant support, and benefit cardiovascular and nervous systems. Vitamins C and E reduce aging risk and enhance resistance. At the same time, it's advisable to limit or choose products that exclude high-dose iron, unless prescribed by a doctor for iron deficiency anemia. High-dose vitamin A, as excess, may harm the liver and bones. In addition to ingredients, you should also pay attention to selecting products with clear origins and reputable brands. Certifications for quality control, GMP, USP, NSF. Carefully reading dosage instructions according to age. Most importantly, seniors should consult their doctor or clinical pharmacist before starting any multivitamin regimen to personalize supplementation based on their individual health status. Because every body tells a different story, let multivitamins serve as the right support at the right time, rather than an accidental burden. And once you've selected the appropriate product, one seemingly small yet extremely important matter remains. How should you combine multivitamins with your daily diet? Let's continue exploring this together in the next section. 5. Combining multivitamins with daily nutrition. The secret to natural balance. Have you ever thought that taking multivitamins might make you forget about maintaining a balanced daily diet? In reality, it's quite the opposite. Multivitamins should only play a supporting role, while nutrients from natural foods should always serve as the foundation. After age 60, caloric needs may decrease, but micronutrient requirements actually increase. The body needs less energy, but requires finely adjusted and appropriate levels of vitamins and minerals. Therefore, a rich and diverse diet remains the core key alongside multivitamin supplementation. You should maintain your daily meals with dark leafy greens, broccoli, spinach, bok choy, to provide folate and magnesium. Fresh fruits, oranges, kiwi, apples, pomegranates, rich in vitamin C and antioxidants. Dairy and dairy products for natural calcium and vitamin D. Fatty, fish, salmon, mackerel, rich in omega-3 to protect the heart. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, to boost good cholesterol. Lean proteins, chicken, eggs, to support muscles. When you have such a stable nutritional foundation, multivitamins will fill in the small gaps that even the most well-balanced diet may struggle to fully cover, especially with an aging digestive system that absorbs less efficiently. Think of multivitamins as a spare umbrella that shields you on days when your body unexpectedly falls short, but they cannot replace the colorful, wholesome meals from nature. And when properly combined, you'll feel it. Gentle restoration of energy, deeper sleep, and a brighter spirit. Day by day, however, one very important factor that greatly affects the effectiveness of multivitamins, yet is often overlooked, is the timing of intake according to your body's biological clock. Let's discover this fascinating aspect in the next section. 6. the best time to take multivitamins for optimal absorption. Have you ever wondered why some people feel energized when taking vitamins in the morning, while others experience insomnia if they take them at night? In fact, each type of vitamin has its own optimal absorption time depending on its biological properties. For seniors, the recommended schedule for taking multivitamins is morning after breakfast is the ideal time for most multivitamins. At this point, the digestive system is actively functioning, ensuring better nutrient absorption and reducing the risk of nausea that can occur if taken on an empty stomach. B vitamins should preferably be taken early in the morning to avoid overstimulating the nervous system at night. Calcium should be divided into 2 doses, morning and noon, with no more than 500 milliliters per dose to optimize absorption. Avoid taking multivitamins right before bedtime, as some components may cause difficulty sleeping or restlessness. Additionally, pay attention to take vitamins with plain water. Avoid combining with tea, coffee, milk, or orange juice at the time of intake, as they may hinder the absorption of certain minerals. Do not take vitamins simultaneously with chronic medications. Allow a few hours between them to minimize interactions. This small timing choice can make a significant difference in nutrient absorption efficiency, allowing your body to fully utilize what you're supplementing each day. And now that we've understood dosages, ingredients, combination methods, and timing, there remains one very important secret that many overlook. Who should not take multivitamins on their own? The next section will help you clarify this. 7. Who should be cautious or seek professional advice? Before taking multivitamins, although multivitamins are generally considered safe dietary supplements, not everyone should start taking them without careful consideration. There are specific groups of seniors who should exercise particular caution or seek thorough medical consultation before beginning supplementation. Typical cases include people with chronic liver disease or liver failure. Since the liver metabolizes vitamins, excessive supplementation may burden the liver. Kidney failure patients. Minerals such as magnesium, potassium, and phosphorus may accumulate dangerously if kidney function is impaired. Those taking anticoagulants, warfarin, vitamin K, and some multivitamins may interfere with blood clot control. Individuals with hyperthyroidism, cancer, or autoimmune diseases. High doses of certain antioxidants may affect disease progression. Those with a history of allergies to any vitamin ingredients. In addition, seniors who take multiple medications for chronic illnesses are more likely to experience cross-interactions when adding vitamin supplements. For example, diuretics, cholesterol-lowering drugs, or gastrointestinal medications may all influence how the body absorbs multivitamins. Therefore, the simplest yet most important rule is, always consult a doctor before starting any vitamin regimen. A single comprehensive blood test will clearly show what you're lacking and what you need, ensuring that supplementation is both effective and completely safe. Because when done correctly, supplementing with multivitamins is like gently watering every cell of the body as we approach old age. But when done incorrectly, it may quietly add an unintended burden without our knowledge. And after all that we've shared, please join me for the final part, where we'll gently wrap up everything in a soft whisper before closing today's Healing Afternoon Tea session. Today, we have journeyed together through a small, quiet, yet deeply important world. The world of multivitamins for those over 60 years old. Just remember this one simple truth. The aging body is like a late-season garden, still needing gentle care and additional nourishment to continue thriving. Because when vitamins are lacking, the body may feel fatigued, memory may decline, bones may weaken, and sleep may become restless. All things we sometimes mistakenly assume are just natural aging. Yet when we take too much, we may unknowingly place silent burdens on the liver, kidneys, and cardiovascular system. What matters is not how much you take, but whether you take it correctly, according to your needs, at the right time, and in harmony with a balanced daily diet. Sometimes, a simple comprehensive blood test can serve as the map that clearly shows what you are lacking and what you truly need. Though age may slow digestion, it never takes away your right to live healthily, joyfully, and peacefully every single day. With just a little more attention today, a bit more listening to your body, your healing journey will quietly begin from within. You deserve to greet each morning full of energy, to take steady steps, and to preserve sweet memories that age can never steal away. And you know true beauty does not lie in your number of years, but in the peace within every breath and the serenity in each restful sleep. Start with something simple: a nourishing breakfast of milk, eggs, and greens, a warm glass of water upon waking, or a gentle breathing exercise by your sunlit window. These are your natural vitamins that no pill could ever replace. If today's video has felt like a friend quietly accompanying you through the journey of aging, please press subscribe so that each week we may meet again for these healing afternoon tea sessions together. And if you have any questions, experiences, or would like to share something about today's topic, please leave a comment. I will always listen to each of your little stories. Among everything we've shared today, which step will you try? First, will it be scientific multivitamin supplementation, rearranging your meals into vibrant colors, or simply scheduling your first full health checkup after many years? Because every small change made today becomes a seed for strong health tomorrow. At any age, you can always begin again, as long as you choose to care for yourself today. And always remember, old age is not the final chapter, but rather the most beautiful new chapter in the book of life. Beauty is not found in age, but in the way we cherish ourselves every single day.